Someone asked me to put together an equipment list, so I thought I'd make a little video for us and show you some of the things that I'm planning to take on the big trip. This here is the Deuter 40 plus 10 liter backpack that I plan to carry. It's about the right size for 5 days at a time, and it's very comfortable. We have several of these. This is the lightest version. It has a nice back on it. It's adjustable frame, and I plan to take 3 liters of water, 1 in each side pocket, and then I thought I'd try this tube system for hydration on the trail. Also, I swiped a rain cover from another pack which I plan to use. It's a good idea. You can either take a plastic bag or a rain cover if we get into heavy downpours. This is one of the basics. The sleeping bag, of course, is another basic core thing that will never change. This here is rated for 20 degrees. It's a Montbell down bag. It has a full-length zipper on it, which is real nice. It has a stretch system, so the bag snugs up against you, and it still has plenty of room. This is the draft collar, which keeps quite a bit of the wind out of your sleeping bag, and the hood, of course. That packs down and is very lightweight. This is a one-man tent. A tent tarp is made by, and it's a combination of a tent and a tarp. It's a log, tall on one end, the same height as my hiking pole, and the other end descends down to about 1 foot poles by the feet to keep it off your sleeping bag. It's wrapped in a Tyvek ground cloth. You all know what Tyvek is. This is the little mat. It's the ProLite 3 Thermarest. It's inflatable, and it's quite lightweight, about 1.5 pounds. You can also use a solid mat if you like the 3/8 inch foam. This I find is very, very useful. I've been using it. It's a lined Columbia ski hat basically, and because it's double layer, it really cuts down on a lot of the wind. I really like the fleece inside. One thing I found is very luxurious, I've been hiking a lot in the spring, is these fleece gloves. Very, very comfortable. Got these at Alco for $5, but you can find liners that are real similar. A lot of manufacturers make these lightweight parkas. This is the basic shell that'll protect us from the elements on the trail. And this one is made by Mountain Hardwear. Almost every manufacturer has their own version. It's extremely lightweight. It's like Gore-Tex, but less expensive. Has the underarm zipped for ventilation, and it's very adjustable. I like this one quite a bit. We were wondering how to sterilize the water. We're going to have all kinds of water sources. Some are good, some are terrible. And so, after inquiring quite a few people, I came up with the idea of the Sterapen Adventurer. This is a classic ultraviolet light that you just take and turn on the switch, stir it into 1 liter of water bottle, and 90 seconds later everything has been sterilized in there. It's supposed to be very, very safe and well proven around the world. It comes in this handy carrying case. I think 1, maybe 2 would be enough for the group. I found this small cook kit at Walmart. It's made by Coleman. They're about $25, and you get actually 2 cook kits. This is the small one. Someone else has the large version. It's exactly the same as this, just this fits inside of it. The kind of stove we're going to take, I'm going to take anyway, is a little bitty, basically Pepsi can stove. This is called a through hiker stove. It's put out on the internet. You can find them. It's about $10 or $12. And this one works quite well. You see inside there. You fill this with denatured alcohol or heat, which is a line antifreeze, and you put 2 ounces in there, and that'll burn for about 12-14 minutes out the side burners. The nice thing about this little stove is that you put the pot right on top of it. You don't have to have a pot stand, and the flames shoot out the side and warm up your water. This will hold about 2 cups of water quite well. The handles fold out, and if you buy these at Walmart, you get basically two sets. You get the bottom pot for 2 cups, and then you have a cup which you can use to drink out of, and also you can use it as a lid to cook on. One thing I found that's very handy is as you're heating your water, you can take your hot drink, your tea, your cocoa, whatever, put it in the top cup, and you heat both at the same time. It's very efficient. You'll need a windscreen if you use an alcohol stove or a gas stove. And this is just a piece of tin foil that sits around your stove and around your pot. This is a lighter and a small scrubbing pad. Alcohol has to be in a well-marked bottle, and I'm not sure exactly how much to take. This is about 12 ounces here, which should be about enough for 5 days, I believe. Spoon, a plastic one, something very light is good. And I thought another thing might be handy is something similar to this, which is almost weightless, and it keeps things from getting crushed. It's good for food that you don't want smashed, whatever. We're taking 2 pair, these aren't really them, but of smart wool type socks, hiking socks. They're quite expensive, but that's probably one of the most important things we can take on the trail is protection for our feet, because getting a blister will really slow us down. And this, of course, is a bandana. They've been used for many generations, and they're good all-purpose thing. You can use them for a towel, wash up with them, wash your dishes, dry off your tarp when it's wet. Need a sun hat of some sort. This is as ugly as it is, probably what I'm going to use, because it gives you a lot of protection. Also protects you from the bugs and wind. This jacket I found is extremely light. It's not very thick, but has a fleece lining in it, and it's a little bit waterproof, very windproof, and it's got hand warmer pockets and a high collar that zips right up, and I find it extremely comfortable in cooler weather. So I probably won't take this until we get to the heavy mountains in the San Juans. This is one of the most comfortable pieces of equipment you can get, and that's just a plain fleece zip front jacket, or shirt actually. And these are quite versatile and useful. They'll keep you warm just about any weather except for very hot weather, but good line of protection even in dampness. Long john bottoms are useful and might be good for sleeping in, or when you're cold, you might have shorts on, you want to warm up, you can use these. And then the base layer, instead of having a cotton undershirt, these are Drywick polyester, 100% polyester shirts, and I find that these are very useful and protective. They say not to wear any cotton that you can on the trail. That's pretty much the rule for most people, and except for maybe a really hot day, cotton is very comfortable, but it is dangerous if it does get wet. I'm going to wear these dress pants, and you can get these at thrift stores, and I find they were quite comfortable, mostly polyester, some cotton in there, and that's just going to be an all-purpose long pant. This is wading shoes, and these will be handy for crossing creeks. We'll probably cross 100 of them at least. So instead of going in your socks or bare feet, these will protect your feet from a lot of things. You need something very lightweight that'll just do the job. Could be good around camp too.